Hello everybody, today we are going to make different birds. Let's start with a sculpture of a duck. After that we're going to make a goose and then probably we'll make an ostrich. Inflate a yellow balloon leaving about 3-inch long flat tail. The first 3 bubbles we're going to twist to make the head of the duck. Twist the first about 7-inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the first yellow bubble in one lock twist. Later we're going to put the eye bubble inside of the first yellow bubble to make the eyes. Let's twist a chain of the next 2 soft, about 4-inch long yellow bubbles. Then we have to lock all ends of the last 2 bubbles in one lock twist. The next bubble we're going to make will represent the neck and partially the body of the bird. Let's fold the balloon in half. We have to make the neck bubble about 3, maybe 4-inch shorter than the rest part of the balloon. In this example, I twist the fourth about 10-inch long bubble. Now we have to squeeze the rest of the balloon to make it softer and to get rid of the flat tail, leaving no more than a 1/4 inch flat tail at the very end of the balloon. Twist the fifth about 10-inch long bubble and lock both ends of the fifth bubble in one lock twist. The rest of the balloon is the 6th bubble. In this example it's about 4-inch long. Let's lock both ends of the 6th bubble in one lock twist. The 6th bubble is the tail of our duck. At this moment the sculpture looks quite weird. The tail coming from the neck. Apparently Mother Nature made some joke of this bird. Let's make it right way. We have to pull the bottom part of the neck bubble through the loop of the 5th bubble. And now the bottom part of the 4th bubble represents the body, and the top part of the 4th bubble represents the neck. The 5th bubble is the body or the wings of the duck. Alright, this way we have made the bird body. Here's the front view, the side view. Let's put the sculpture aside for now. In this example I'm going to use a piece of white balloon to make the eyes. We have to make one soft, about 4 maybe 5-inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the first white bubble in one lock twist. Cut off the rest of the white balloon, tie off the ends. Of course we can use different color balloons to make the eyes, and usually I use white color balloons to make eyes for most balloon animals. Okay, and now we have to attach the white eye bubble between bubbles of the head, right here. Let's force the white bubble halfway through the loop of the first yellow bubble. Make sure the white bubble protrudes evenly on both sides of the first yellow bubble. We can use the red or orange balloon to make the legs of the duck. In this example I'm going to inflate red color balloon leaving about 4-inch flat tail to make the legs. There are many different ways we can make the legs. You may find some examples on my website fewdoit.com. Let's twist the first about 5-inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the first red bubble in one lock twist. Twist the second soft about 1-inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the second red bubble in one lock twist. Then we have to twist the third about 4-inch long red bubble. Twist the fourth soft about 1-inch long red bubble. And we lock both ends of the fourth red bubble in one lock twist. This way we have made one leg. Now let's twist the fifth about 3-inch long bubble. Then we twist the 6th soft about 1-inch long red bubble. Lock both ends of the 6th bubble in one lock twist. Twist the 7th about 4-inch long red bubble. Twist the 8th soft about 1-inch long red bubble. Lock both ends of the 8th red bubble in one lock twist. Then we twist the 9th about 5-inch long red bubble. Lock both ends of the 9th red bubble in one lock twist. We have made the second leg and it is connected to the first leg. Now let's cut off nicely the rest of the red balloon. You can use scissors or do it with your hand. We can use later the rest of the red balloon to make the beak. Tie off the end of the balloon. A bit later we're going to take care of the beak. Now let's attach the legs to the body of the bird. Let's take a look on our bird body. As you already know, we can adjust the size of the neck bubble simply by moving it up or down through the loop of the fifth bubble. Make the loop of the fourth bubble wider and then simply pull one of the legs through the loop of the fourth bubble, or should I say through the loop between the fourth and the fifth bubbles. Fix all bubbles in proper positions. For this duck we actually can use even shorter legs than I made. Well, it's gonna stay this way for now. And now it's time to make the beak. There are different ways we can make the beak. We can simply tie the rest of the red balloon between yellow bubbles of the head, right here. It would be the simplest beak. Or we can use larger size red bubble to make even better beak. Inflate red balloon. Attach the nozzle of the red balloon between yellow bubbles of the head. Twist the first soft about 9-inch long red bubble. Lock both ends of the first red bubble in one lock twist. Cut off the rest of the red balloon. We have made the beak. Let's bend the beak to shape it properly. Something like that. Congratulations, we have made the duck. Now we can use a permanent black marker to draw the eyes. Congratulations again, we have made the sculpture of a duck. We can use different color balloons to make the bird body. And then we can use basically the same bird body to make different birds. I'm going to use gray balloon to make the goose. Here I have already made the head. This time we have to make longer size neck bubble. Squeeze the balloon to get rid of the flat end. Let's twist the fourth bubble just about 1 inch shorter than the rest part of the balloon. Now we have to twist the sixth about 1 inch long bubble at the very end of the balloon. And then we lock both ends of the fifth gray bubble in one lock twist. For the bottom part of the fourth gray bubble, halfway through the loop of the fifth bubble. We have made the bird body. Again, in this example we use basically the same bird body, just different color, and the neck bubble is longer than previously we have made. I have already prepared the legs in advance, and now we just have to attach the legs to the body. Fix all bubbles in proper positions. Once again I'm going to use white color balloon to make the eyes. Here's a white eye bubble. Attach both ends of the white bubble between the head bubbles. Let's fix the white bubble halfway through the loop of the first gray bubble. For the duck and goose sculptures I usually use the same balloon to make legs and the beak. Alright, now we have to attach the big bubble between the gray bubbles of the head. Fix all bubbles in proper positions. You can leave the big bubble as it is. I think it's better to bend big bubble. The sculpture looks better this way. Congratulations again, we have made the goose. You can use a permanent black marker to draw the eyes or leave it as it is. And here's the first sculpture that we have made today. It is a duck. Legs of the goose I actually made about 1 or 2 inch longer. And the neck bubble, as you know, we have made much longer for the goose. Also the tail of the goose is much shorter. In the next example I'm going to use a brown color balloon to make the same bird body as we made the goose body. Let's make and attach orange color beak. Let's bend the big bubble to shape it properly. This time I'm going to use black color balloon to make the eyes. Attach the eye bubble and fix it in the loop of the first brown bubble. In this example we are making another bird, an ostrich. Actually it's more like a baby ostrich. We can use the same legs as we made for the goose. Actually, let's make slightly different legs. Twist a chain of the first 4 orange bubble. 2 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch and 2 inch bubbles. Lock both ends of the chain of the first 4 orange bubbles in one lock twist. Twist the 5th soft about 1 inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the 5th orange bubble in one lock twist. We have made the foot. Now let's twist the 6th orange about 7 inch long bubble. Then we twist the 7th soft about 1 inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the 7th orange bubble in one lock twist. We have made the first leg. Twist the 8th about 2 inch long bubble. Twist the 9th soft about 1 inch long orange bubble. Lock both ends of the 9th orange bubble in one lock twist. Twist the 10th orange bubble the same size as we have made the 6th orange bubble. Twist the chain of the next 4 bubbles. 2, 1, 1 and 2 inches long. Lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 bubbles in one lock twist. Twist the 15th soft about 1 inch long bubble. Lock both ends of the 15th bubble in one lock twist. And then you can cut off the rest of the orange balloon if you have it. Okay, we have made the legs. And now we have to attach the legs to the bird body in exactly the same way as we did it previously. Unfortunately, I never ride an ostrich, therefore I cannot really testify that this sculpture looks exactly as an ostrich. Nevertheless, I think that this sculpture looks quite similar to the ostrich. Let's fix all bubbles in proper positions. We can bend the leg bubble to shape it properly. Congratulations, we have made an ostrich. And now we can take a look on what we have done today. We have made bird body, and then we use basically the same bird body to make different size birds. We have made an ostrich, we have made goose. I wish I had one more hand to hold all the sculptures. And we have made the duck. Here's a duck. Well, it should be enough for today. Have fun and happy twisting.